Welcome back to the channel, by the way. I just got out of the Alameda County Fatherhood Initiative Cafe Dads meeting. That's where we get together with fathers um, to talk about being better dads. We meet every second and fourth Wednesday from 5 to 7. It's a virtual group. I put a link to Cafe Dads in the description below. Come join us if you're that father figure, that parent. The topic was commitment. And we had a pretty good discussion about it. And commitment is interesting. And we have an absolute superpower as human beings. We can commit to anything. And it's also, and because of that, it's possible to be committed to the wrong things. And I think that left to my own devices, I don't do a very good job of figuring out what the right things to be committed to really are. I think you need help with that as a human being. I think all human beings need help with that because we will just naturally commit to anything that comes along unless somebody helps us. And so it's interesting because we can also change our commitments at any time. And commitment is like the basis of mental illness. You could look at it like this. Like the schizophrenic person who hears voices. I can't convince them that the voices aren't real. The depressed person feels like the sky is falling, and I can't change their mind about that. And then the addicted person, once they take the first hit, you can't convince them that they don't need another one. And so they become committed to what they believe. And it's not that they're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's that they're not open to new information for whatever reason. It might not even be their fault, but they just are not open to new information that allows them to change what it is that they're doing. It's important for men to talk about commitment and what we're committed to and whether or not our commitments are working or not. Because I feel like when the horse dies, get off. I think it's important for me and for anybody to commit to what works, not necessarily to some ideal or not necessarily to some non-existent value. I think it's important to evaluate our commitments from time to time. Now, I get this kind of from 12-step recovery because we take inventories. We go back through our stuff and look at it and figure out if something has outlived its shelf life, or figure out if our commitments are still working for us. You can have a commitment that worked one day in one situation that doesn't work the next day in a different situation. So we always have to be able to look. And I know in my life, I've been committed to some ideas that just flat out didn't work for me. And so recovery is about changing commitments. Recovery is about improving the quality of the commitments. And I know that in my relationships, one of the things that strengthens it is that I'm committed. Like in my marriage, one of the reasons why I feel like I have a happy marriage is because I'm committed to it. Yeah, I'm committed to it. And commitment is contagious. If I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, guess what? My wife will have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But if I'm fully committed to it, she's more likely to be fully committed to it. And I don't really care if she's it benefits me that she's fully committed to it. And I trust that she is, right? But it really isn't about her or anybody else. It's about me. And that's where the courage comes in. I have to be committed because it's the right thing to do, not because I'm going to get something from somebody else or somebody else is going to do something. I win when I commit. Everything that I do in my life that I have any kind of modicum of success doing, it's because I'm committed to it. I keep coming back. A lot of things I don't even really do well, but because I'm committed, I get better at it. Practice makes better. So anyway, I think commitment is really important, and if you're having a problem in your life, check your commitments. Is it the wrong commitment? Are you committed enough? Check that. Don't just assume that that you're committed, or that is the right commitment to have, please don't do that, especially if things aren't working the way you want them to work. The good news is you have the power and the ability to change things, but only if you get new information. If you're just recycling your same old ideas and committed to that, well, that's what you're going to get. So anyway, commitment, a really big deal. Till next time.